Yo, we live. Hey man, welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, here today bringing you another edition of my starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel, alright? But y'all already know before we get into that, we got the lineup review, breaking down my starting five from the previous slate. Just getting into our process and thought process rather of how we tried to attack yesterday's slate. So hit the subscribe button, man. Please hit the like button. Turn your notification bell on so you can be here with us, rocking with us every day when the video drops, alright? Now, yesterday's slate, man, we got unlucky. The Tyrese Halliburton injury really derailed us. We was on pace to cash everywhere. We had a lot of Halliburton, man. My best lineup was starting five, put up right at 262. This was a $12 single entry. We came in 513th place. Finished about 16 points outside the money, man. So even in my 20 max, we had a lot of Halliburton, and we missed the money barely in those spots too. If Halliburton doesn't get hurt, we should easily cash yesterday. But that's the nature of the beast. Sometimes the injury is gonna work in your favor. Sometimes it's going to be against you. Tonight, it played against us tonight, so there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to roll with the punches and get back in there and keep fighting. So if you caught the updated starting five yesterday, you know I went with Luka Doncic, Tyrese Halliburton, Jimmy Butler, Rudy Gay, and Mr. Eubanks from the San Antonio Spurs. All right, let's get into the thought process. At the point guard, went with Luka Doncic. Was trying to find another superstar to go to here, but I didn't really like the game environment for the other guys like LeBron, Embiid, and the other pay up options. I felt like I was still unsure about LeBron as he's working his way back from injury. Everybody knew the blowout risk for the 76ers over there. So I want to just look at Luka, even though he was coming in at high owned. It was the best game environment, a juicy matchup against the Sacramento Kings. You gotta love that from a fantasy perspective. Luka Doncic came in at 75% on right here in this $12 single entry. We knew it would be high, but very, very high on this side. I didn't think he would get this high, but at 10-8 right here, he just gave us an okay performance. 48 DK points right here. He gave us the raw points and 30 points, but he didn't add too many rebounds and assists to boost his performance, and he got kicked out late in the fourth, so that definitely didn't help him. I definitely anticipated more than this 48 fantasy points from right here from Luka, but yeah. So the snow cone right here held us down. All right, Tyrese Halliburton. No need to really get into it. He was off to a great start. Came in at 36% on. He was playing very solid. He got hurt early in the third quarter, and that just ended the night for him and for us mainly as far as looking for money. We still got in the money in my $20 max with a few lineups, but nothing to write home about. Right? Coming in at small four, I wanted to go Jimmy Butler here. I actually liked this game environment yesterday. I bet the over, so even though it was a lower total, I thought this game would go over. Like I said, so we did put a little money on the over in this line. We had it correct. It did go over the 211 total right there. Got Jimmy Butler at 21% owned. He gave us 44. Solid performance from him. The Heat pulled away early in the fourth, and he didn't need to see any closing runs, so that hurt his ceiling type of. We should have had over 50 plus from him, but Miami getting the game in hand early in the fourth, and Jimmy Butler not really getting any closing run held down a better performance from him. But it's still solid from him right here at 44. We'll take it. Rudy Gay right here. Before the start lineup announced, I felt like he was in line to see some major minutes where they were sitting Murray and DeMar DeRozan. And I knew you was going to have you some Spurs in your lineup. They were going to be a vital part of it. So I wanted to get Rudy Gay in the starting five, go to one of the lower owned pieces of the Spurs, as I felt all of them was in improved situations. we got we got even it got even better for us once they announced the starting lineup and we saw Rudy Gay would be starting at the power forward. Came in at 19% ownership, definitely the lower owned of the Spurs guys, and he crushed for us. Gave us 10x value right here with 38 DK points, very solid for Rudy Gay. Now at the center spot, I went Drew Eubanks. This is my fault right here. I take the blame for this one. I didn't fully do my homework. I forgot the San Antonio Spurs had Gorgie Ding over there. Not saying I would have played him, but just realizing they still had Gorgie Ding over there would made me not be so bullish on Eubanks. That's another body that they could throw in there on Embiid and possible split time with Drew Eubanks. So I take this one right here. This is my bad right here. Not fully doing my homework, forgetting about Gorgie Ding over there. But Drew Eubanks came in at 63% on right here. Gave us 19 DK points. Just an okay fantasy performance. He didn't kill you, especially at the bare minimum, but you definitely needed more from him. And if you were so happy to go Gorgie Ding, you really would have got leverage advantage on the field, and you would have got a better performance. But it's my bad. I take this one right here. Finishing out the lineup. Wanted to go LaMelo Ball. Like I said, I like the Heat game. I thought it had a good chance of going over. I bet the over. So me going Jimmy Butler, I wanted to come back and pair him with somebody else from that Charlotte game, as I thought so highly of the game. And what better than LaMelo Ball, the guy who has triple-double upside. He saw, we figured he'd be in line for 30 plus minutes. We got him right here at 15% ownership. Very solid ownership right here. He just gave us right at 37 DK points. Just okay. He got 30 minutes. Like I said, that Miami kind of had the game in hand halfway through the fourth, so no closing run from LaMelo either. We easily could have got bigger performances from him and Jimmy Butler. Finish out the lineup, I wanted to go Miles Bridges right here at 5,300. The reason why I looked at Miles Bridges, we knew this Phoenix OKC Thunder game was projected to be a blowout. So a lot of times in blowouts, I try to look at the role players and things like that when games are predicted to be blowouts, because the role players and the other guys are going to be the reason the game blows out. The superstars, they going to pretty much do what they do, give you the performance they give you. The reason why games blow out is because the other guys, the role players, have better performances. So with this being a 15-point spread right here, I wanted to look to guys like Miles Bridges and maybe Aiden have a bigger game like that. Players who would attribute to a blowout. Miles Bridges, we got him at 7% on right here. He was just okay. Gave us 25 DK points, pushing about 5x for his salary. Definitely needed better from him. As we know, we always try to look for 6x from our guys, right? And then finishing out the lineup, went Lonnie Walker the fourth here, just getting another spur. Like I said, I felt like you was gonna need two. At the minimum, I felt you was gonna need 2 spurs yesterday. So in this single inch, I want to come back. Just a salary play here, and a guy that I knew was a little bit chalky. I was okay getting with it. If you saw the video yesterday, you know I liked Lonnie Walker anyway, so we just locked him at the bottom. 62% ownership. He gave us right at 29 DK points. Very solid from Lonnie Walker, all right? So like I said, man, rough day. Injuries hindered us a little bit, kept us from cashing, but there's nothing you can do about that, guys. You just got to roll with the punches. And we're going to roll on over to tomorrow's slate, today's slate, and see what we liking so far, all right? All right, on DraftKings, man, we got a nice little 8 game of the day. Very solid. It's a tough slate as far as pricing wise. There's nothing that jumps right out at me, so you really gonna have to dive into your research, whatever your method is, and really come away with some strong play. I actually like slates like this when the price is a little tighter, because it forces you to really build lineups, man. There's no like lock plays as of right now. It probably will be. Injury news gonna come out throughout the day and before lock. But as of right now, there's no real lock plays in my opinion, which is gonna make it a little tougher, because now you gotta really assess plays and build lineups. I actually like slates like this, so. Let's get into my starting 5. At the point guard, at the top, I want to look at Trae Young. Going against the Portland Trail Blazers, I like this price on them right here. This is one of the few fair price guys I see for tomorrow. I like him at this 9,400 price tag, especially in this matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers. All right, y'all know I like targeting point guards against the Trail Blazers, and I like getting the Trae Young in this spot tomorrow. He may go overlooked a little bit as there's a lot of pay up options tomorrow. So with him being 9,400, guys may just try to find the money and get up to Russell Westbrook or Steph Curry, but I like getting Trae Young right here in this spot. Should be one of the higher totals on the slate tomorrow. He should be in line for 30 plus minutes, and yeah, he's gonna be a nice play right here. This 9,400. Coming in at shooting guard, I want to look at Mr. Karis LeVert. Yes, 8,600 going against the Washington Wizards. This is provided that Brogdon is out. So if Brogdon is out, we saw LeVert get the start at point guard last time out. And if that happens again, even if he doesn't start at point guard, if they even start T.J. McConnell, he should be in line for increased workload with no Malcolm Brogdon. Now I know everybody's going to go to Sabonis. And Sabonis definitely going to be the higher owner of the two, as he put in a monster game yesterday. And you can look at Sabonis in this spot as well, but I want to go to the other guy who's going to be the main ball handler right here, Karis LeVert. He's going to need to create offense for them as well, and I like getting to him right here, expecting him to have a bigger performance. He had a solid performance last time out, but Sabonis just ran away with it with the big triple-double. I like getting the Karis LeVert right here. Great spot for him. Should come in as the lower owner of the two of him and Sabonis, all right? Coming in at small forward, a guy I want to look right back to, Kent Bazemore at 5,200, going against the New Orleans Pelicans. His price is up a little bit, but I still think there's a little value left on the bone over there at 5,200. As you know, he has 50-point upside as he scored 52 just a few games ago. This is going to be the great environment, probably the best fantasy environment on the slate. Probably going to be the highest total of the night, and I like getting the Kent Bazemore. He just does a little bit of everything, a few rebounds, a few assists. What you're really hoping for is for him to find his shot right here and give you some more scoring to really give you a ceiling type performance at this 5,200 price tag. Coming in at power forward, another play I'm gonna like if pending injury news. If Vucevic is out again, I think we can look to Thad Young right here at 6,100. We saw him and Tice get the start last time out when Vucevic missed. Probably expecting that same lineup going against Philly here. And I like getting the Young right here, as he's really one of their main scoring options with no Vucevic, especially in that starting lineup. Tice is not really a scorer down there. He's a rebounder and defender. They got Patrick Williams in the starting lineup. He's not an efficient scorer. It's really going to come down to probably him and Kobe White having to be their main offensive pieces in the starting lineup. And I like getting the Thad Young at this 6,100 price tag. And coming in at center, a guy I want to look at, Taj Gibson. We saw Nerlens Noel leave yesterday with an injury. Anticipating him probably missing today, and if he's out, Taj Gibson probably moves into the starting lineup. And y'all already know how I feel about big man at the bare minimum. He should be able to easily fall into value and overvalue at this 3,100 price tag. He's gonna be a legitimate double threat if he gets to start tomorrow. I'm loving Taj Gibson as one of my favorite value plays. There you have it, my starting five right now for the moment. Trae Young, Karis LeVert, Kent Bazemore, Thad Young, and Taj Gibson. Man, y'all be sure to follow on Twitter so you can get the updated starting five about 30 minutes before lock. If you don't have a Twitter, don't worry. I'm going to post it under this video in the comment section. I'll pin the comment about 30 minutes before lock as well. So if you don't have Twitter, come back to the video. Scroll to the comments. You should see the updated starting five about 30 minutes before lock, all right? Now let's go take a look at FanDuel to see what I'm feeling over there on today's slate. At the top, man, nothing really changes. Staying with Trae Young and Karis LeVert. Trae Young, I told you, 9,400. I just like it. I think this is a fair price. One of the few fair price guys on today's slate. I love getting to him in this matchup. Up-pace matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers that should lend itself to a lot of scoring. Shooting guard, like I said, Karis LeVert, expecting to get the start at the point guard, main ball handler. It's the Washington Wizards. What else do you need to know? He's going to be the number 2 option behind Sabonis. I like getting to LeVert in this matchup. Now, coming in at small four is where we change it up over here on FanDuel. I want to look at Brandon Ingram at this 7,400. Like I said, great game environment right here between Golden State and New Orleans. As I said with Kent Bazemore on the DraftKings side. Brandon Ingram at 7,400. This is a fair price on him at FanDuel. Another one of those few plays I was talking about with a fair price on today's slate. Brandon Ingram hasn't really had a ceiling type performance, but he's been very solid, man, giving you 30 in the middle and 30s the past few games. I think this is a great spot for him to get off his snide and give you a bigger performance. You know he has 50 plus point upside, and I'm gonna like into that at this 7,400. He is the primary scorer for the Pelicans. Well, him and Zion, they 1A and 1B, so I'm definitely gonna get the Brandon Ingram tomorrow, especially at this price tag in this matchup. Coming in at power forward, staying with Taj Gibson, 3,900. Like I said, just anticipating the start. Should see 30 plus minutes, as y'all know how Thibodeau like to run his guys, his starters out in a matchup against Memphis. I think you can take advantage of this 3,900 price tag. Legit double threat tomorrow for Taj Gibson. And rounding out at center on FanDuel, a guy I want to look at is Jonas Valanciunas. Decent price right here, 6,700. Need Memphis. This should be a very solid game. It's going to be a lower scoring game, but as long as Valanciunas is locked in for his 30 minutes, you know he's a big double threat, man. He has the potential to get you about 15 and 13 tomorrow. And that's always going to be solid at this. That's going to be a solid performance for this 6,700 price tag. He has 40, 50 point upside as well. If Taj Gibson is started, he'll have the size advantage over him down there, so he could lend itself to more scoring. I know that the Knicks are a tough team defense, but you still got to be able to play some one-on-one defense, and just having a smaller body on a bigger guy like Jonas Valanciunas should lend itself to a better performance for Valanciunas, all right? So there you have it right now, man. My starting five on FanDuel: Trae Young, Karis LeVert, Brandon Ingram, Taj Gibson, and Jonas Valanciunas, man. Get some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool. You know I'm going to have them in mind, all right? That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto: chances make champions. Y'all green up. I see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.